Okay, y'all. Hey, besties. Good morning. Welcome back to my series of letting go. As a new content creator, I wanted to do something new and unique for myself, not new to content creating. And I noticed that a lot of creators do series. This wasn't the series I had banked on doing, but one letting go story turned into me having to do three parts. This won't even be a full 10 minutes because technically we're at the end of the story. I will do a quick recap. But before I do a recap, I want to clear up some things. First thing, this is the second voiceover. The first voiceover I was halfway done and had used everybody's real name. Absolutely not. A couple of the members in this story are no longer even with us. Um, my best friend Nunu passed away of cancer recently, and the young man, when I named the brothers Bell, Biv, DeVoe, Bell being who I talked to, he also recently passed away. So, nope, I did not want to. I made sure that I re-recorded it the correct way. Also, another clear up when speaking with the young guy I was talking to. It was just flirting, pretty much. Why do I say that? I'm no dummy. That man lived with a woman. He wasn't my man, just somebody I was talking to, gave me free stuff. Something you just when you young, you look for you look for validation. So that's all that was. That man definitely had a woman. He was not my solo dolo man. No, 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 no. We was just kicking it cool friends. But he drove me up a wall. He was nuts. Funniest dude you ever met. I swear to God, he was hilarious. And I probably think that's why we had such a cool relationship. Because if you know me, I'm a comedian deep down at heart as well. So other than that, after the fight. So I'm fighting my best friend. And anytime I got the best of her dude whom she was talking to, we call him DeVoe, would flip the fight and flip her back on top of me, knock me down, punch me, whatever. He did whatever he had to do to make sure she got back on top. So finally, after a while, some dudes broke it up like, nah, it's done. Y'all through. It's whatever. Y'all made y'all points, whatever. And I was just like, look, this didn't have nothing to do with you. You should have let them settle that. If you a big man and you over it and you ain't had you cool with it, that's on you. We bitches. We are upset and this gonna have to happen. It is what it is. So after that, my best friend was a little sad or whatever, but I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I got the hell on. I think I realized that just wasn't my thing. When you got your mama calling you, asking you about it, your auntie it was just too much. That was just, I didn't want, yeah. But another thing is, throughout the years, as I stated, this was 25 years ago. So throughout the years, what has happened this is old. People have seen each other, had conversations. Like I said, I went and saw my best friend. Not as soon as I would have liked to, She was sick when I went and saw her, but we still had we had conversations. We laughed. I fed her. It was what it was. Should I have had that conversation sooner? Probably, but that wasn't in God's plan for her and I. Sharonda, she's ran into DeVoe, the one Nunu used to talk to. They've had a conversation. He's apologized for his role in that whole ass shit with the fight. So, we've all grown up and moved on. So no one can be mad at this story. This was, if you know our little squad, this was definitely I guess people knew about it, but nobody ever said anything because I've never even addressed anything out of my mouth. I've never physically told anyone, again, because I didn't recap, that us three best friends hanging out. I come home early, sick as hell from work one day. I was working at 1 Hour Martinizing in Grosse Pointe. At the time, we was all just talking and kicking it with these three brothers. I come home, I see one of the brothers' car at the crib at my house, which was normal because, again, he was dating my best friend and she lived so far away and she worked midnight. She would just come to my house and crash on the couch, until noon when she can go see her man or whatever. It worked out. Well, this particular day, I go in the house, I don't see Sharonda. I was like, well, maybe they in her car because his car here. It wasn't suspicious. Nothing about that was suspicious. I go upstairs. I hear noise in my little sister in them room. It's the weekend, so my little sister in them is with my mom at her house. So I was like, should nobody be here? I go in my sister room, and that's when I see my best friend sleeping with our other best friend, dude. And it went from there. He paid me a nice little bag at that time, 25 years ago, not to say nothing. I think I told it all probably by 3 p.m. By 4:30 p.m. that day. It was out. It was out. It was a big fight. She went down, fought, confronted him. And then about a week later, because that fight happened probably about a week or so later. Once I woke up from my nap, and Nunu was gone, I didn't see her no more until that fight. That fight was the first day I had seen her since it happened. She hadn't called me or nothing. She didn't ask me why. Tell nothing. Cause she should have knew. She should have knew, and I'll explain that why too in a minute. So, we ended up getting in the fight. Her dude was making sure she stayed on top and didn't get beat. After that, life moved on. Nunu and DeVoe stayed together and lived together for several years. Several years. They stayed together for several years. I don't know the details on their breakup or when they finally broke up, but I know when I ran back into her, me and my mom, she was dating my mom's ex. So I do know that. I do know that. And so life moved on. Thanks for watching, y'all.